Okay, let's learn how to do the next level of multiplication. That's multi-digit multiplication, where you have a multiple digit number times another multiple digit number. In this case, there's a three-digit number, 378, multiplied by another three-digit number, 796. But you can do this if you're doing a four-digit number times another four-digit number, or a five-digit number times a six-digit number, or a 10-digit number times a 20-digit number. The process is always going to be the same. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is rewrite this in a better way. So I'm going to write 378, and below that I'm going to write 796. And I'm going to put a multiplication sign there. Notice that I've done my best to line these up. Notice how the 6, for example, is directly below the 8. Let's get started. We're going to start with the units digit here. That's the 6. And we're going to, I'll show you what we're going to do. We start by doing 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. And I'm going to write that like this. I'm going to put the 8 down here, and I'm going to carry the 4 up to there. 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to, then after I do the 42, I'm going to add that 4 that's up there. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 4 is 46. So I'm going to put the 6 of the 46 right there, and the 4 of the 46. I'm going to carry it all the way up there. Then I'm going to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus that 4 that's up there is 22. And I am now done with the 6. So what we're now going to do is move on to the 9. Now, before we do anything with the 9, we're going to put a 0. We're going to start that row. The second row is going to start with a 0. By the way, the third row is going to start with 2 zeros. If there was a fourth row, which in this problem there won't be, but if there was a fourth row, there'd be 3 zeros. You just keep doing one more 0 each time you go down. But we're going to do this second row now, starting with the 9. We're finished with the 6, we go to the 9. 9 times 8, that's 72. So I go ahead and I write a 2 here, and I carry the 7 of the 72 up to there. 9 times 7, that's 63. But we're going to add this 7 to that. So 9 times 7 is 63, plus 7, that's 70. So I'm going to put a 0 here and carry the 7 all the way up to there. Then I'm going to do 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus that 7 up there is 34. So I'm going to put the 4 here and the 3 here. Now notice what happened. That 4 is not exactly lined up. So I'm going to redo that. I'm going to make sure that the 4 is directly beneath the 2 and the 3 is over there. That kind of alignment is very important, because if this starts to get misaligned, it can often create careless mistakes just for no reason. So now let's go to we're finished with the 6, we finished with the 9. Now let's go to the 7. 7 times 8, before we go to the 7, now we're going to put 2 zeros over here. So now that we've put those 2 zeros, now let's start. We're going to do 7 times 8, that's 56. I put the 6 here, and I carry the 5 up to there. 7 times 7 is 49, plus that 5 up there is 54. So I put the 4 here, and I put the 5 all the way up here. 7 times 3, that's 21. Plus that 5 up there is 26. So I'm going to put the 6 here and the 2 here. And that part is, let's see if we can do that a little bit neater. And that part is done. Whoops. Now we're not going to be multiplying anymore. We're going to be adding. So now the multiplication part of this is finished. And now we're going to be adding these numbers. So let's go ahead and add these 3 numbers. We have 2,268 or 2268 plus 34020 plus 264600. So the question is, what do we do here? We're just going to straight up add these. It's going to be nice and easy. We're going to start at the right, the way you always do for addition. So we're going to do 8 plus 0 plus 0. 8 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. Then for the next round, I'm going to do 6 plus 2 plus 0. That's also 8. Okay, that's a nice coincidence. Then I get 2 plus 0 plus 6. That's yet another 8. Then I do 2 plus 4 plus 4. That's a 0. That's 10. And 10 to write the 10, I'm going to put a 0 here and a 1 up there. So I write, so 2 plus 4 is 10. The 0 of the 10 goes here. The 1 of the 10 goes up there. And then I'm going to add 1 plus 3 plus 6. That is going to be 10 again. So I'm going to put a 0 for the 0 of the 10 is going to go there. I'm going to carry the 1. And then I do 1 plus 2, and I get this. And here is the final answer to the problem. And there you have it. That's how you do this problem. And you can use a similar method to do 4 by 4 or a 4 by 5 or 10 by 50. This is generally how you do multiplication of any size. So as you can start to figure this stuff out, you'll be able to do literally any multiplication problem that anyone can dream up in the world. So feel free to rewatch this video if you like, and if you're ready to go ahead and prove your skills, go ahead and try to prove your skills on the next problem.